Into the camera?
Into the camera.
Not at you.
Both. Cool, we'll work together. G'day everyone, Wesley here from Trusted Business, and happy 2019. Can you believe another year is here? I've got gym royalty here, and I thought that this was fitting because it is January, and I know that, what do you call them, New Year's resolutions are a big thing, and getting back to the gym is also a way of kicking off your 2019. Now, with that said, Trusted Business, what it is about? Well, I'm a local, I'm born and bred from Brisbane, and I've been living all my life in this beautiful city, except for 4 years overseas, but anyway, we'll come back to that. But I've been in business for 20 years, and through that period, I've actually seen so many businesses come and go. And I'm interviewing those businesses that I deem are doing a kick-ass job and are really, really good at what they do, because I think these people, one, they're dedicated to the industry, and two, they've got a couple of secrets that they're happy to share. Now, welcome Darren Bain from Functionwell, Best Gym in Brisbane if you've been living under a rock.
Thank you for having me, Wes. Honoured to be here, and we're responsible for this
rig.
Yes.
So,
thank you very much for having me on, and honoured.
I did put on 5 kilos over that time, but I have been here for the last 4 days in a row, so I should be playing the bingo. But brother, question without notice, what is the most amount of push-ups you've done in one go?
Probably not many, Wes. I don't know. I wouldn't have a clue, actually.
We'll have to have a competition.
We'll say 50.
50, good
in
man.
one go. Usually I do my push-ups, a little bit of a
I'm 45, so
45.
Yeah, you'd definitely be more than me.
Were they full range ones, or were they Wesley?
No. The halfies. Now, I must say, those that know Functionwell, located in the beautiful suburb of Newstead here, Tenerife.
Tenerife, yeah.
Now, I've been coming since you took over this. So how long is that?
So that was 2012.
So I've been coming
6 years,
for 6 years.
Yeah, nice.
Going on 7.
And consistently too.
I've been the one that pays up front for my gym membership. But brother, thank you for coming on board. And I truly, listen, if you haven't been to Functionwell, check it out. But the thing I love about Darren is that he is truly dedicated to fitness, but also just improving not only his body, but also his mind, as well as big mental health. But mate, how did you get started in the fitness industry?
So believe it or not, when I was at school, I actually did work experience in a gym up in Toowoomba.
Yes.
Started at the gym when I was 15 and really enjoyed it, and didn't think that I'd probably end up owning a gym or really being in the fitness industry at that stage. But when you're at school, you're looking for work experience, and probably didn't leave thinking, shit, this is what I want to do, because they had us cleaning equipment and trying to maintain equipment and fix it and whatever. But somehow I've always really enjoyed my fitness and training. I played rugby league, and I was working for my dad's transport company.
Oh wow, yeah.
Which wasn't a passion, I suppose. And then I thought, I've got to get out of this, because I couldn't play footy because you could only leave when the trailers are loaded and whatever else. And so I thought, need a career change. I'll get into fitness, get my qualifications, and started at Fitness First many moons ago.
In Brisbane?
In Brizzy, yeah.
Cool.
So in Brizzy, and then just a little studio, a little bit bigger, and a little bit bigger, and then we're here at Functionwell in Newstead. Yeah.
I remember. Hey, was it the early 2000s when the big PT craze happened? Was that around that same time? When everyone was becoming a personal trainer.
Yeah. No, definitely it exploded around then, and back then, the sort of early to mid 2000s, probably late 2000s actually, was PT studios. A lot of studios, and now we're seeing, the trend is the boutiques. But so we started in Dogger Street, around the corner, Functionwell at that time. The big, Fitness First and Good Lives were dominating the market, so there wasn't any of the boutiques. So we started a results-based CAP membership small gym, where we started doing metabolic conditioning, HIIT, the energy system training, and at that point in time there was only Les Mills, body pumps, those types of classes, spin classes. So it was different.
Spin was huge for a while.
Huge, and so we started this business, and I was definitely naive, but what we had was the focus that we were results focused, not sales focused, and we just focused on getting results. And we were fortunate we outgrew that space, and then we took over what used to be the Bodywise gym.
Yes.
And, we've just gone from there.
Yeah. Mate, what was your initial thoughts of the industry? Did you sort of just go into it not thinking about anything, or did you sort of wanted to improve the industry at all from your side of things?
I was young, so I mean, I just wanted to come in and I suppose, and it's still our core mission today. When I did my PT course, they spoke about goal setting and write your goals down and what your 10-year goals are and all these sorts of things, and I just wrote down, not really thinking that I would achieve it, but to have Brisbane's most personalised and effective training studio. And if you'll see our core mission around, it's to have Australia's most personalised and effective training facility. Nice. So all those moons. So I suppose subconsciously I had that there, and that's always been the core mission for everything that we do. And so I suppose subconsciously I had that, but only early 20s or whatever I was, it was just to be a really good PT.
It's and if you are watching this and you're trying to get into the industry or any business, just writing something down is really powerful. So mate, thank you for sharing that, because I totally agree. I guess how long, I come from a trade background, so we call it an apprenticeship, but how long was it until you sort of how long did it take to become, I guess, a personal trainer / perhaps where you felt qualified, or a gym owner? Was there a period of time there?
Man, I'm probably still not. I've been doing it for 18 or so years, and it's one of those things.
Still can't do burpees.
Yeah, one of those cliches though, but the more I learn about the body and health, and obviously then the business side, which is just as important to be able to facilitate your goal to help people. You got to run a good business. Is the more I learn, the less I know. So I mean, I'm still learning, and I've still got so much room for growth. And but I suppose probably a good 5 years before and this is just as a PT that I felt that I not perfected, but was at a level where I could,
high level.
Where I had enough knowledge and. But at least 5 years, I think.
Mate, it's interesting. I actually say, no matter what trade you're in, I reckon it takes 5 years to become really good at it.
Yeah.
Obviously full time. No matter what you're doing, pest control, electrician, PT, stockbroker, whatever, I reckon it's 5 years, and then you've got a really good solid base.
I read in a book, I think it might have been Tiger Woods' book, it takes 10,000 reps to perfect to become skillful or something. So, but just back to the goal setting, and the reason I bring this up is I bought a for my lovely wife to help her with the organisation, and our management team just a goals book called, it's a diary called My Goals, MI Goals, and I just got a box full for our coaches for our coaches meeting next week. But in terms of planning out, goal setting, and structure, it's a really good book. So.
And it just comes back to writing stuff down, man, and actually, but revisiting it. Mate, besides obviously learning about the fitness industry, what has been some of the biggest lessons to come out of it? And I think you touched on one, is that you're always learning.
In terms of the fitness industry, or just as business. So in terms of business, I suppose one that the biggest lesson over the last couple of years is taking the plunge to invest in really good management team. Obviously, as a small business, you've really got to watch your wages, because before they know it, they can get out of hand. And so from a budgeting perspective, but to take the risk to get a full management team to help facilitate our growth has been probably the biggest lesson. Is you can't do it all on your own, and invest in good people. And touch wood, they're not going anywhere anytime soon, but we've got not just a really good management team, but all our coaches, our front desk staff, and so grateful for our team, investing in good people, and biggest lessons is never get complacent, I suppose. It's a little sort of phrase we have with our whole team is, what can I do today to make this better, to help our members be better at whatever it is that they do? And I suppose never get complacent. We just always look at that. So.
Brother, I'm full of compliments, and actually my brother and I, we're fortunate, we actually have a couple of gyms ourselves, but I actually use your gym as a barometer. And what I actually say to people, if you've got a gym where you've got PT trainers that have stuck here for years, that is when you know that you've got a quality gym. And then also what I love about Function Well and what you do is, mate, you're constantly changing something. You know, shifting it around, sort of spruiking it up. I really think that's vital when it comes to the gym. And I actually share this with my brother all the time. Just keep doing that little tweak where it just makes people like, oh, this is new.
Yeah.
So, mate, well done, brother. Well
Thank
done.
you, mate.
I really, and mate,
Thank you.
and some of the trainers that are here have been here for years. And to keep personal trainers, I can tell you just from our experience, it's difficult. And mate, you've done it. So well done.
Thank you.
Now, mate, why was it that you wanted to go out by yourself? Was it always just it went that way, or was there something that pushed you to do that?
I suppose, again, going back to that original goal, when I'd done the PT course and wrote down that goal, I suppose, you know, subconsciously it was there, and I started at Fitness First, and you know, coming from Toowoomba down to
the Big
Brisbane,
Smoke.
the Big Smoke, and was at Fitness First at Lutwich, and into this huge, amazing facility, and I was, wow, I've made it, I've got a job here, and you know, but you know, I found that I suppose there's a certain way I wanted to do things and a level of service that I wanted to provide, and that sort of running my own business was the best way to do that. Yeah, so yeah.
And mate, is there any, like throughout the time from then to now, is there any failures that you remember that didn't work but have actually set you up for success now? Or was there something that you learned from?
You know, there's definitely a lot of lessons, and you know, as everyone says, you learn from your failures, but I suppose, you know, I thought, okay, well, I need to diversify, and if I want to, you know, have success as such, I've got to have different businesses, and I started a gym equipment business, importing from China, and had containers and was selling to gyms, and you know, and it was trying to run my gym, and then I started a food business, which is Paleo Hero, which is still going very, very successfully with my good mate and ex-business partner, Mark, in terms of the food. But I suppose what I learned was that they're not really my true passions, and and I had to, I just, you know, this is what my heart is, this is what I really enjoy, and sort of just pull back to this, and Paleo Hero is a booming business and going really well, and that's full credit to Mark, but that was one that I started, but yeah, it wasn't where my heart is. So I think the lessons I've learned is just stick to what I enjoy, and don't get distracted, and learn to say no, and whether it's entrepreneurship or whatever you want to call it, you can get shiny object syndrome where you, oh, I can do this, I'll try that, but I'm just, you know, learn that this is what I enjoy, this is what seems to work, and so that's probably the best lesson.
Mate, thank you for sharing that example, because if you are watching it, as you mentioned, the shiny lights, it is easy to get distracted, because, you know, listen, at all stages we want to make money, right? And sometimes we want to make quick money, but I've always learned that the turtle wins the race. Slow, steady, you get there. Now, time for a break. So if you're watching this, it'll be part 2, but we're going to have a little break and we'll come back to it.